normal MBA kind of placements where they are done on campus.
Okay.
But we would like to create a platform and explore innovative ways in which students get to know of jobs that are available. So one of the things that we are very keen on doing is to create interactions with the industry very early on.
Great.
And so we could reach out to some of the companies who are looking for talented freshers. And then we can say that here are the students who are done very well in diploma level. You could talk to them.
IIM Bangalore. IIM Bangalore is the name. Trust me one thing. जब भी इस पर्टिकुलर कॉलेज का नाम आता है, हर मैनेजमेंट एस्पिरेंट के आईब्रोज रेज हो जाते हैं. इट इज द मैक ऑफ मैनेजमेंट. लेट मी टेक यू डायरेक्टली टू द रूम ऑफ IIM Bangalore, जहां पर हम बात करने वाले हैं सीधा प्रोफेसर सुरेश भागवतुला से, जो हमें बताने वाले हैं न्यूली लॉन्च्ड ऑनलाइन बीबी प्रोग्राम के बारे में हर चीज जो आप जानना चाहते हैं. स्टिक टिल द एंड फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर एपिसोड. Mustn't miss a single minute of it. Trust me, it's going to give you a lot in return. So from IIM Bangalore, we do have amongst us Professor Suresh Bhagavatula, and also Anil sir, academic head of Supergrads Top Rankers, has joined us for this particular session. Let me introduce Professor Suresh Bhagavatula. He's a professor of entrepreneurship at the Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore. He was until recently the chair of entrepreneurship area, as well as the chair of NS Raghavan Center for Entrepreneurial Learning, NSRCEL. His research interests are in two overlapping domains, entrepreneurship and social networks. In entrepreneurship, he looks at both low, handloom, and high technology firms in India. Within the social network domain, he is interested in understanding the influence of social capital on the performance of entrepreneurs and teams. His research work has been published in Journal of Business Venturing, Entrepreneurship Theory and Practice, Strategic Entrepreneurship Journal, International Small Business Journal, and Management and Organizational Review. He has a PhD from Vrije University, Amsterdam, and an MS from Flensburg University, Germany, and a B from Shivaji University. He runs two ventures before starting his PhD and was one of the co-founders of the organization Head Start, which runs a monthly event called Startup Saturday, which is now spread across 12 cities in India. A very, very warm welcome, sir, on Supergrads platform. It's privilege, prestige, and honor having you over here. And let's start this particular episode. We have been taking live sessions already. So we have been interacting with students on our online BBA program. But if it directly comes from the horse's mouth, that is going to be great for them. If you can throw some light on that particular program.
So this course has been some years in making. We have been looking at IIT Madras, and we have been inspired by IIT Madras that they have very successfully created an online course which is very impactful. And we have been thinking of doing something similar because we believe that institutions like these should create courses which are online, which are extremely, what I would say, rigorous. I wouldn't say hard, but rigorous, that people who complete have the knowledge of what we promise that they have. And at a device near them, because not everybody is able to travel to distant locations. And also, which is little bit affordable and stackable. I guess the future is going to be tech-led education in coming years. And sooner we start with this, the better it is.
Right.
And we were looking at undergrad because IIMB believes that they should be an undergrad. We have world-class master schools. We don't have world-class undergrad programs as yet in India. And that is something that we are quite interested in. That's kind of the reason why we were looking at online. We also have some plans to do offline that comes later. It's a completely
Same
different
program
school.
you're talking about? Offline
That's
also?
a completely different program, not BBA. But
Okay.
that has also been talked about by our director. But building a campus is not as easy as doing it online. So that's going to come sometime later. Hopefully 25 is what we are expecting. But currently, our IIMB's focus is, let's see if we can improve the quality of undergrad education in India.
Thank you for this particular initiative, sir. I think it's a big news for entire UG world of India. And certainly, so we also have brought in Anil Sable, sir, who is academic head over here. And he really wanted to ask some academic related questions on this particular dais. So over to you, Anil, sir, for academic questions.
Yes, Suresh, sir. Hi, welcome to this meeting, sir. Sir, a lot of students were curious about entrance test structure. So we have read in some of the newspaper article like this structure going to have three type of details they'll be asking on. One, data interpretation. Second would be some numeracy, and third would be literacy. So data interpretation is something that students must be aware about, but how numeracy is different from.
No. I'm just saying that I think that was a little bit of a mistake. Okay. Our exam is going to be quite similar to CUET.
Okay.
Right.
Fine.
So it'll be quite similar to CUET.
Okay.
And our objective is to be as enabling as possible, because we would like to have slightly larger numbers. If it turns out to be year one, turns out to be good for all of us. But the objective here is not like CAT, where we are very restrictive. Because
so,
there we are selecting, we are restricting, and it's a huge gatekeeping effort. And here is year one, we thought we should do with 1,000. It still is a large number, but nothing compared to 20,000-30,000 that IIT Madras is training, right? So they're training very large numbers, because I think access to quality education, we really require large numbers of freshers who can hit the industry and get jobs in the industry, right? And there are lots and lots of entry-level jobs that are required, which companies take them and retrain them. And I believe this particular sector requires thousands and lakhs of people who are highly capable. So 1,000 is a tiny number to begin with. So the exam is, we don't want it to be very tough, but we're not going to make it very easy as well. But I don't think students should sweat it out. If they have done well in CUET, they should also be doing well here.
The CUET, what I know is they got three sections basically. One is the language section, and second is aptitude section. They call it general test, and the third is domain. And
little bit. We also have similar stuff. We are looking at something similar.
Okay, so it'd be just single test, right? You will be having just single test.
As in?
Your test would be single test, entrance test, right?
I think we should expand the word domain over here. So domain is the 11th, 12th subjects. So I think it is more going to be on
a little bit general awareness, I think. No, they also have some general awareness.
Yeah, general awareness. That is general test. That is, general test as well as the general awareness part, the aptitude part. There is language English part. And also they ask some of the questions related to
No, English is separate. I think English is
a separate one.
English is a separate
the first one.
Yeah.
So we'll be all combining all the important areas in one test, right, sir? Okay.
So are you saying that are we having two tests? No.
Okay,
or are you saying that there is hierarchy? No. Is there an interview after that? No.
Okay.
Right. So it's just one test. And then we are looking at some numbers, because we have reservation that we need to take care of. And so cutoffs as yet we wouldn't know, because we can only tell next year what this year's cutoffs were.
Right.
True. So, sir, after discussion with you, I can say test that IIM Bangalore will conduct should have English, should have mathematics, right? Quantitative aptitude, basically.
But here's what we will be putting up a mock question paper
Okay.
sometime
Okay.
in
Students
June.
will get to know. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So don't have to worry too much.
Okay.
Maybe around mid-June or in and around mid-June. So at
Perfectly.
least have 3-4 weeks
Great.
to
Great.
understand what kind of questions that we will ask. So we'll setting up a small mock question paper, half mock question paper.
That would be great.
Yeah, with
That will give
25.
the great idea about
Yes, maybe around 25
structure.
questions or something like that. Half the main paper. We'll give a mock.
It will be having negative marking for sure, right?
No, no, no,
Students
no, 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 no,
no.
no, no,
Okay.
no. So here we don't
Students
want to
must.
keep. No, it's not
Okay.
negative
They'll be
marking.
very relieved. Students will be very relieved.
Yes, I don't think we have, or maybe I should say we haven't completely decided. Not true. So it's better.
That's a better answer, right?
It's a better
Okay.
answer. We haven't completely decided, but I think
Okay.
they will not be. I think a lot of people are against negative marking in the committee.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
But
Perfect.
we haven't completely. Look, we haven't set the paper as yet. We haven't set
All right.
everything as yet, right? So,
Mhm.
so therefore, our interest is not to create negative marking and not to put too much pressure.
Perfectly right. And last question from my side was, you'll not be having the interviews after the cutoffs are clear?
No,
No interviews.
no.
Okay, sir. Thanks a lot. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
All right. I think clear points being made by Professor Suresh over here that there would not be any interviews. Certainly, some decisions are to be made, and mock test will be released very soon by the institute. My next question over here is
Not soon, as in couple of weeks' time.
in a couple of weeks' time. Okay, in a
Yeah.
couple of weeks' time, it is going to be released on the official website. I would like to ask you also any future plans of, if not in offing, perhaps after a year or so, launching BB offline program like this. I mean, any plans right now?
Not BBA as such,
All right,
but we are looking at an undergrad multidisciplinary course
all right,
that is online. Look, anything offline, the price points will be
certainly high.
different, right?
Yeah.
Very high.
Yeah.
Yeah, because but yes, we do have plans for a new campus. I think director has mentioned a couple of times as well that there has been a little bit of a change because of some environmental issues, some design issues, and internal fundraise. Yeah, but that hopefully we'll do it in 25. But that's not a BBA.
That's not a BBA.
That's not a
clarity.
BBA. Yeah, it's not a BBA. It's more like bachelor under a little bit, not entirely liberal arts, but leaning towards liberal arts.
It'll be 3 years, sir, or 4 years?
4 years.
That would,
4 years.
that will be 4 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Right.
Sir, we already introduced your program via live sessions with the students. And, when it comes to IIM Bangalore, it touches emotions of students. And there were some emotional questions that came during that live chat. I've jotted them down. I would like to put one by one to you. The first one being, are they going to get IIM Bangalore hoodies or jerseys?
I don't know. Because what do you think we should?
I
Maybe
think
they
we
should.
should because, I think there is an emotion attached to the institute. Also, the movies like Three Idiots have promoted IIM Bangalore immensely. And today, where they stand in international ranking, I mean, it's a pride for the country, right? So it's a suggestion from my side, Anil sir's side, and Supergrads top rankers team side. If you can provide them the jerseys and hoodies, that would be
Yeah,
great.
certainly. We'll have to talk. That has hardly been on our discussion point. Maybe I'll put it up to the committee and see what they say.
All right. The next question is also a bit emotional. So one of the students asked me, will the convocation be held inside the IIM Bangalore campus because they want to get the pictures clicked?
Again, we haven't thought of it.
Thought of it.
Are we completely against it? Maybe not. Are we completely for it? I think a lot of these decisions will emerge after we are comfortable with how the program is running. Because right now, online is a different entity. It's very easy to do a classroom because faculty know what to do.
Right.
The challenge, I think, for us is going to be how do you give extremely high quality information at a distance?
At a distance.
And a lot of management education has been through cases, through interactions, through discussions. And how do we intend doing that? That's a big challenge. So I guess we are very far away from thinking of graduation. Our current focus is how do we give high quality content to students who are very far away but have experience management education. Like if you're
Right.
looking at statistics, analytics, they're a little bit easier. Mathematics, they're a little easier to teach because there's a definite answer. But how do you get people to understand what entrepreneurship is? How do somebody understand what strategy is? Where you don't have a discussion, where you don't have, and it's all happening across time zones, across times, as in. So how do we intend doing that? I think that is going to be our current challenge. That's what we're currently worrying about. Giving high quality content at a distance. So what should our challenges be? What should our exercises be? Because we also would want to create a lot of learning outside the screen. What are the kind of exercises we should ask them to do? Because it's not about mugging up and giving an exam. It's like about getting you to think differently, understand frameworks that will help you become a little bit better at managerial positions, right? So that we are interested in. So we haven't got into convocation as yet.
All right.
We would be happy to. So I don't know, and I think we should worry about it a little later. Maybe
yeah.
a year from now is like what we should be looking at this, how to convocate and all. It's a fair question, very, very fair question.
There are two more points over here, sir. Sorry for interruption. Just wanted to inform you because I got your answer in the first two itself. And certainly that's the answer for the next two as well. So the student audience is listening to us right away, right now. I think Professor Suresh has greatly answered, but I would like to address at least these 2 points as well so that you put it to the committee later. The first one being, one student asked that they would like to know their batchmates as well. Do you have any arrangements made for that? Yeah, okay, you already have? Yeah.
So
okay.
we have looking at challenges, right? We would want them to work together for projects. We would want them to, we'll give assignments that will have to be done in groups, right?
Okay.
So I believe, unlike the generation I'm coming from, youngsters are digital first. Right? So they are, so physical interactions are not as necessary for current youngsters as for us who were non-digital first and became digital, right?
Everybody's on social media today.
Yeah, interacting. There people are sharing reels, WhatsApping. So geography is no longer very relevant, and you could be friends with somebody in Agartala, somebody with Kerala, somebody with in Bombay. You all could be coming together because you have an affinity, right? So we will have a lot of exercises that are should be done through groups. There are a lot of assignments that we would want to do through groups, and we also would like to throw challenges where students will have to come together and participate. So you could form your own groups and participate, and then so we would like to place a lot of emphasis on community building. That may change as time goes by, but one of the elements of the program is to create communities and not say that learnings will happen only in front of the camera. It can't, right? So there has to be some socializing process. Maybe we would looking at city level meetups. Maybe we could have regional level meetups. Right? We need to be creative, which we are willing to. We don't. I will like to say that. We are very keen on creating that community so that people learn from each other, and also give live challenges, live internship opportunities because we have hundreds of entrepreneurs that have gone through our program, and we could ask them to give some internships, right? So yes, we are emphasizing and placing a lot of importance on socializing.
One more aspirational question, sir, for you, I think, on this particular line, because you are thinking of building the communities. So one student asked me, I wish to be part of the aspirational IIM Bangalore alumni community later. So I think I'm quite sure it's very early to ask this particular question, but will they be part of the esteemed clubs and committees in the future?
Good. So we have 3 exits, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know whether there'll be one large alumni base, which is both masters and bachelors, or they're going to have a separate bachelor's alumni group, or how it is going to work out. Again, we haven't thought that through right now in terms of where to position a bunch of people. How does that work out? Maybe they should be. Maybe they should really be given some status. They will be given some status. Whether we're going to merge them with one big alumni group, or we would like to keep it separately, but still create an alumni group, is, I think, what needs to be discussed. Again, we haven't discussed that clearly. It's good to have these questions, because you are then forcing us to think, because you're doing a part of our job. Right. And
Yeah.
my apologies that we have not been able to think this through upfront before we are coming to you. But it is very good that you're asking these questions, because then we will have to give a very serious thought to it.
It's a privilege that we have you with us today. I think that's
So,
bigger than anything else. What do you, Anil
yes.
sir? Because Anil sir is also having some questions in hand right now.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Actually, whenever we say a program in management, whether it is masters or undergraduate, whenever it is entrepreneurship is connected, this word is there. We always say hands-on experience, right? So, what elements in this course will help students with hands-on experience, maybe internship or industry experience? So, if you can throw some light on that.
So we have some experiential courses as well, where you should have seen, if you looked at the list of courses which are out there, there's one very interesting course called 250 rupee venture, right? So if you only have 250 rupees, what will you do? And then there's a whole bunch of learning around. It's a credit course, but so you do some action, you come back and you have learning, and then we discuss this learning, and then you do again. So courses like those are available for you all to experience entrepreneurship in a slightly sandbox format. But later in the program, we have a couple of these things called Do Your Venture, where we would want you to start working on a venture.
Right.
Right. So looking at setting up, because in entrepreneurship, the idea is not to be successful the first time around. It's like you are learning how to cycle, which means you'll fall. It is an experience that you'll have to get through very quickly. So we would like, again, this is a wish, that create small mentor groups, small support groups at city level, because we have hundreds of entrepreneurs. We have a women startup program. We have thousands of people who passed out from this course. We have 10,000 women program. We have 3,000 women who have ventures about 1 crore and more, anywhere between 30 lakhs to 3 crores.
That's a legacy.
And they're all across India, right? So we have a large set of people who are running their ventures in a city, or perhaps mostly in those cities in which they are in, right? We would like to leverage their expertise. We would like to leverage their insights in being mentors. Maybe not one-on-one, but one-to-many. So they would be mentoring. We would also be planning to organize talks by entrepreneurs who have done well. Maybe we would encourage local chapters organizing talks, because we already have existing connections in most cities. Right, and they're from across the country. Right, so you're right. Entrepreneurship can't happen in front of the screen. So we are designing courses which will be experiential and which will help them to start think about a venture. The objective of the course, I think you are also going to ask about what will happen after the course, but the objective is not that they'll go become entrepreneurs, but they become entrepreneurial.
Okay.
Right?
How do you differentiate between the two? I mean, if you, I'm sorry for interrupting you.
So if as an entrepreneur, you're starting your own venture.
Right.
As an entrepreneurial employee would take up responsibilities, take up leadership in their own company, right? So I can do this.
Amazing.
They don't have to wait for instructions because they have done it. They know what social media is, they want digital technologies, they have done interesting idea that they may have worked on. So that will give them confidence. That will give them capability to say that I think maybe something like this could work out. Okay. So they're being entrepreneurial inside a company that they join. They could be inside a startup, they could be inside a company, or they could start out on their own, or go join a family business.
Good clarity, sir. Because there could be students who want to pursue job on corporate world. So even for them also this program suits, that you mean, right?
So we expect most students to look for jobs, right? And which I think most students should. Because we are just infecting you with that entrepreneurship bug that someday you will get that desire to be an entrepreneur, right? By then you know what needs to be done. But you don't have to do that. You can go join a company because you have digital technologies. You understand whatever is happening in marketing, whatever is happening in AI, whatever is happening in analytics. So we're giving you digital technologies that will help you work with companies that are transforming digitally. Right? Yeah. And then we're also giving you management capabilities like operations, accounting, finance, right? Strategy, people management. So these two are primarily to help you get a job and be of use to companies you join, because most freshers, when they join, they wait for instructions. What do you think I can do? And then they learn on the job. They get trained on the job. Here we are saying that you can put them to use directly because they understand a lot of things, business side of technologies, efficiencies and management, which they can go join a startup, a family business, or a company which is digitally transforming or would like to use digital technologies, because all companies will have to be, all business is digital in future.
Right. You are very right on those.
Right. You have to go digital.
Yeah.
Your accounting will have to be digital. Your operations will have to be digital. Your customer interactions will have to be digital. So how do you learn how to do all of those, right? That's what we're going to be doing in this course.
So I'll be, thank you, sir. I'll be ending up with just two questions. Number one is, sir, if a student is pursuing, let's say, first year of engineering, right? And after first year, he gets to know, my interest lies in business and management and everything, entrepreneurship, for example. So will you suggest first year engineering graduates can also pursue this online course, BBA course?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I would suggest anybody who likes to be entrepreneurial, anybody who likes to learn new skills that are contemporary, right? Skills that are going to be contemporary. And those who would like to be entrepreneurial in large corporations as well, companies that they join. It's for everyone. So therefore, it doesn't have to be primary degree, whatever you're doing. That's the reason why we wanted to also make it asynchronous, right, that people do it.
But there's one question over here. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you in between. I got a question on this particular point from one of my students who is already studying IPM program in IIM Bangalore. He said, I wish to be part of IIM Bangalore, but my only issue at this particular point is that, my course studies are immensely rigorous. So is IIM Bangalore thinking on those grounds so that, for some who is studying right now in IIM and all IIT, because what Anil sir was asking you right away, that, their course structure may be very rigorous. You know that because you have been training and teaching kids in an MBA program. The same goes for an IPM student also. So, is it going to be value addition for them, or going to be very strenuous for them?
So look,
Yeah.
of the three that we are trying to talk,
Yeah.
that the management part will be something that they would be doing already.
Certainly.
Right?
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
digital and the entrepreneurship part, not.
Correct.
So they would be value add. But having said that, our program is also going to be rigorous. So, but since it is, anyway, young people these days will watch it like Netflix.
In fact, Netflix se bhi zyada, I shall tell you.
Binge watch
all,
it, yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So they'll take all the marketing course, wait until midterm, 1 week before midterm, look at all the sessions one after the other.
Yes.
Right. That's what they do. But we are looking at rigor. It is not like most other online courses that we see around. We really are very earnest in wanting to give a high quality education. And therefore, while we are trying to be very innovative in our methods, we would require students to spend time regularly. And if they already are in a very rigorous program, they are taking too much. If they're in a very rigorous program.
And this is a very honest answer. Thank you, sir, for that particular part. And I think honesty is the best thing over here. Anil, sir, anything from your side? Anything else?
I got last question. Any kind of placement support that IIM Bangalore is looking for these kids who will be joining BBA online course?
So we, I think, would like to not look at a normal MBA kind of placements where they are done on campus, but we would like to create a platform and explore innovative ways in which students get to know of jobs that are available. So one of the things that we are very keen on doing is to create interactions with the industry very early on.
Great.
And so we could reach out to some of the companies who are looking for talented freshers. And then we can say that here are the students who are done very well in diploma level. You could talk to them. Here are those who have done very well at the certificate level. So you could go talk to them. Right? So we would enable interactions.
That's good. Good question.
So we will tell the industry that students like these are available, and we will try to connect students to companies. So we are not expecting you to go run around yourself to look for a job. We would be a catalyst in trying to make it happen. But this is a new way of placements that we would want to look at, and not the way in which placements are done in an MBA school right now. Right? Little more expansive, little more. We also would like industries to come and tell us what are the kind of content that they would have, kind of courses that they would like to have, and things like that. So tell them that here are some extremely talented young people who have done these courses. So they have these capabilities. So because everybody wants freshers, right? Manufacturing sector wants freshers. Startups want freshers. Hospitality industry wants freshers. Hospitals want freshers, right? So lots of industry. If we are going to scale up and become the third largest economy, then we need to provide jobs to a lot of people, and those things will have to come from courses like these. And we would like to make those connections between the industry and the students. So we are exploring various ways in which it can be done, but it won't be placements as we know here now.
Got it.
All right. I think some very powerful points being made. I think we could not get it correctly from the newspaper reports. And certainly, bridging the gap between student and placement is being the work that's being done by IIM Bangalore, and That's something credible and that must be
Good gesture.
acknowledged as
Yeah,
well.
good
Yeah.
gesture from
A
Bangalore. Yeah.
fantastic gesture uh, from IIM Bangalore. Last question to you, sir, from this particular dais. This is the new era of Shark Tank. This is the new era of disruptions, hustle. And certainly, what advice would you be sharing? Because right now, the audiences that is listening to you right away, right now, is ranging from 17-year to 20-year. What is your advice to them from this particular dice?
No, I think Indian students are very hardworking. They're very, very dynamic. I would only suggest that learn as much as possible, because technology is going to change the way in which we do everything, right? Our leisure is changing. When we were growing up, we had to go to a movie hall to watch a movie. Now, later, we were watching a movie on a television. Now
Right.
we are watching a movie wherever you want to watch on your mobile phone.
OTT, mobile phone also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mobile phone, OTT is available. We used to wait for 5, 7, 8 o'clock or Chitrahar, I don't know when it used to come, to look at songs for the movies, right? So wait for those. Those days are
Spotify's,
all gone, right?
Spotify's,
Now
yeah.
it's Spotify, it's on demand. I want to listen to a song that I want to right now, right? So I would suggest to all the young people that, especially those who want to be in business, to listen to podcasts. So one of the things that has been extremely interesting these days is podcasts where founders are talking about how they did what they did. 30 years ago, it was very difficult to set up companies in India. 30 years ago, it was very difficult to think of world-class businesses out of India. But now those are all possible, right? So when you're listening to somebody, look at ID company, right? While everybody is talking of IoT, artificial intelligence,
right?
ID is selling idli batter. There's like hundreds of crores of idli batter that they're selling, right? How did he do this? He has talked about it in various places, right? So entrepreneurship, in every city that you go to, you have people who have become very wealthy being entrepreneurs. So you don't have to look at only Kunal Shahs of the world, boat founder. There are entrepreneurs all
Aman,
over,
yeah,
all of
yeah.
them.
Aman Gupta. Yeah.
Aman Gupta. I'm not saying that don't listen to them, but listen to others as well. So listen to WTF podcast by Nikhil Kamath, listen to First Principles that Ken does, listen to Barbershop. So there are lots of interesting conversations that people are doing. Listen to them, because now learning is at your fingertips, right? Leverage YouTube, leverage capability. And earlier, you couldn't get this information unless you were in Bombay or in a business school. If you are in Agartala, you had no access to what was happening in the tech world, or you didn't have what was happening in the stock market, right? 30 years ago, 20 years ago. But now it's at fingertips. So your endeavor now is to widen your perspective, right? How do you widen your perspective? Listen to founders, what mistakes they did, where did they learn, and just read a lot. I see reading going down. So if reading is going down, listen to audiobooks, because this is an age where you have to change your perspective, right? And you will not get this time to change your perspective later in life, because life takes over. So be serious. While you're talking about why RCB did not win, also talk about why Kunal Shah did what he did, right? So those kind of discussions you should be having as well.
Sir, I think we came up for online BBA discussion, but I think there have been a lot of learnings from this particular episode. I think this interview
definitely
will be remembered for long. Whoever watches it will be seeing it again and again. And as they say, it's personality that speaks volumes rather than words. I think your personality has spoken a lot of truth. Some fantastic advice is being given to the student audiences who are glued to the screens right away, right now. Thank you, Suresh, sir. Thank you, IIM Bangalore. for making this possible for us. And certainly, we would like to have you again and again and again and again in the future as well. So thank you from my side. Thank you from Anil sir's side. Thank you from Team Supergrads Top Rankers.
Right. Thanks a lot, guys, for doing this again. All this is new to me. I didn't even know those influencers like you all existed. So it's a learning for me as well. Really nice to know the kind of deep impact you guys are creating in terms of enabling young people to decide what they should be doing, right? So great job, guys. Very nice talking to you all. And happy to talk sometime later.
Sure. Thank you, sir. Thanks.
Yeah, sir. Bye.
Bye-bye.